Hi, Scott Orlin with CINEMA-Magazin. I am here with the actress Lana Condor, who is from the continuing series of To All the Boys I've Loved, and this time, Always and Forever. I'm watching this and I kept thinking I was very envious because you had this amazing road trip. And then I thought, wait a minute, movie magic, you may have never left the back lot of the studio. Did you actually get to go to Korea and New York for this experience?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. That was one of the most exciting parts of making this film is we got to do a lot of traveling. And obviously looking back now, like that was pretty much the last time I traveled. And then the pandemic hit and we were like, oh, okay, now we're traveling. But yeah, we shot in Canada and then we shot, which is where we shot the first two films. And then we also shot in New York and then we shot in Seoul, Korea. And it was so overwhelming because the first movie we made with basically three sets. Like we had the house, the school, and the diner. And then from the first to the third, seeing that we're shooting all around the world was just such a mind-blowing, like, how did we get here? This is so incredible. So it was one of my favorite, parts of the film for sure. And it feels bigger. Like Lara Jean's in the film, Lara Jean's world is getting bigger as she gets older, and therefore the film is getting bigger as well. So I thought it was just like a perfect kind of parallel to like what was going on with her as well.
Part of the relatability of these films is that everybody has gone through a high school experience of either love from afar or actually finding that love. So when you talk about teenage identification, why are these films so important to show that representation?
I think that one of the things that I'm the most proud of in these films are that we show a high school girl, navigating, adolescence, but she does it in a way where she's not trying to make it happen so fast. I think it's very easy right now to grow up really, really fast, particularly, with social media, with, the world moves at such a fast rate. And so I often see, young people in high school or middle school, like wishing that they could just skip this time in their life and just go right to being an adult. And so they grow up really, really, really fast. And something that's really important to us when we were making Tall the Boys is we wanted to show a high schooler and high school relationship that takes its time, that doesn't force anything too soon, that really is based on communication and not changing yourself for others. That's like, I think, so important. And I have younger cousins. I have, my boyfriend has younger nephews and nieces, and I just want them to just slow down a little and enjoy childhood and enjoy all of, that wonder. So hopefully that translates.
Okay, I'm always impressed with the skill sets that actors are supposed to have. And you're a dynamo in the kitchen, especially making desserts. So if we took you into the kitchen, how good would your skill set be in cooking?
Okay, so I am not a good baker. So Lara Jean her whole thing is baking. She loves to bake. She's really, really good at it. In the films, I had to have a baking coach with me. And they literally had to walk me step by step by step whenever I had to make anything. So I'm not a good baker, but I'm a fantastic cook. I love, and I know it's fantastic. It's a big word, but I love, love, love cooking. I have a passion for sourcing different unique ingredients. I have a passion for spices. I love making different doughs. I love, making different pastas and different dumplings and all these things. So I just love flavor. It's like, I think in an alternate universe, if I wasn't an actor, I'd definitely be doing something with food. So I think I actually do pretty well.
And just really quick, if I could ask you about, I love the aspect of the movie about cultural identification, especially with her mother, that it was so important for her. Do you feel that same connection with your ancestry, with your parents or grandparents, that you have this cultural connection?
That's a great question. So I'm adopted from Vietnam. And when Lara Jean goes back to Korea for the first time, to kind of follow in the footpath of her mother and see, you know, where she came from. Right after we shot that, I went back to Vietnam for the first time and followed the path that my parents took to find me at the orphanage. So I definitely relate a lot to her journey of going back and, seeing where she comes from and seeing how that makes, up part of her identity. So for sure. And I'm glad that you asked that, because I think, I think that her Korean heritage is just as much a part of her identity as her Americanness. So.
Well, that was great. I'm so glad I got to squeeze that in. That was terrific. The movie To All the Boys, Always and Forever, which actually is a great song too. They could have used that as their song. Mrs. Scott, till next time.